Hello everybody and welcome to tonight's broadcast of KIF Football. It's going to be a good one. We've got a couple of 1-0 teams. The Kapaa Warriors ranked number 1 in D2 football here in the state of Hawaii against the Waimea Vs who have had a very good preseason and a start to the KIF season here in 2015. I'm Anahola Joe Pahukula. I'll have all the action for you tonight along with Rod Green, who'll be my broadcast partner tonight. Rod, what's going on?
Hey, man, I just want to say, first of all, it's good to be here. And that was a very moving rendition of the national anthem by Daphne Sanchez, especially, this being 23 years, after Iniki and also 14 years after 9/11. So it's always a real prideful moment when you hear that. But I'm expecting a great football game tonight. Like you said, you got two undefeated teams. Kapaa's the heavy favorite, but, hey, you never know what'll happen.
Well, I mean, when you really look at it, we heard the coaches talk, and, it's bottom line. You got to throw the ball against Kapaa in order to give yourself a chance. If you don't, well, you're not going to win. That's just all to it. Whether, the best I can say is read them and weep, because that's the truth.
Yeah, I kind of got the impression from Waimea that they are comfortable with their offense, as far as their game plan, and, they do what they do, and they're going to just stick with it. So it'll be an interesting first quarter, and I think it'll tell a lot as far as the rest of the game goes.
Now, what do you expect out of, we saw Waimea last week, and they did not have a very good game offensively, although they did win. Let's not get that wrong, but they've definitely got to change stuff up against Kapaa.
Yeah.
What kind of changes you may expect?
I got to say, I'm hoping that they try to pass a little bit more. They had 4 attempts, and maybe some of that was due to the inclement weather and the rain last week. But like you said, you're going to have to pass the ball eventually, and having 1 out of 4 is not going to get the job done against this Kapaa Warriors football team. I think also Waimea, they had a lot of penalties, and I'm hoping, and I'm sure their coaching staff is hoping that they can minimize the amount of penalties, because they were fortunate enough to get that victory last week, but that's definitely going to hurt them today against Kapaa if they can't change that around.
Well, both teams are about to take the field here at Vidina Stadium, and it's humid. Okay, I'm not going to lie about it. It's warm. However, it's still a very good night to play football. It hasn't rained. Hasn't rained.
Very nice night. Although it was raining pretty heavy earlier, so looks like the field's in good shape, though. I wouldn't mind seeing a nice mud bowl. That might have evened the playing field a little bit, but we'll see what happens.
Dude, you're killing me. I'm trying to sell hot dogs downstairs, and you talking about rain. I get a cut from hot dog sales.
Oh, I didn't know that. See, you got to share the wealth, bro.
Okay, Waimea will they'll receive. They'll go from Makai to Mauka. Kapaa will kick off, and they'll go from Mauka to Makai. And here we go, Kapaa. I'm going to tell you straight up, folks. Okay? Coach Raposo is a weenie. Okay? And I told you the story why. Kapaa's got the best uniforms in football in the all whites. And they're going to go with the all green tonight because he doesn't want to wash them. Well, here we go. Kicking off for Kapaa is going to be Clifton Oliver. You can tell him I said that. Oliver with the kick. And he gets his foot into this one. Nobody back deep. This will end up in the end zone for a touchback. And Waimea will start off 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, that was a deep kick, and that's a good start.
So here we go. Waimea will bring their offense on the field, led by their sophomore quarterback, Ke'aka Wisniewski. 1 for 4 last week against Kauai High School. His one completion was for 9 yards to Justin Fune. And they got to increase that a whole bunch more, let me tell you.
Yeah, I like to see some imagination from Waimea, but they want to keep their quarterback in the best position possible. And I think they want to move in increments to see what happens. So here we go.
Rapanat will get the start along with and we'll start off with a sack of Wisniewski. And that's going to be number 43, Ala Totofi, with the sack on Wisniewski.
Yeah, Kapaa was right there on that. No room right there. So we'll see what he does. I don't know if that was a broken play or a design run, but we'll see what happens.
Loss of 2 on the play. Make it 2nd and 12. In motion, Ardino Ned, they're going to fake it to him. Wisniewski's going to come out throwing. That's picked off at about the 16-yard line, taking it around the 10-yard line. Let me see who picked that off. And I think it's going to be one of my favorite guys, Davy Joel.
Yeah, that was a vicious shot that he took.
And
see, the trainer's coming out to take a look at him right now, so he paid the price.
That's not even the Kapaa trainers there first. It's the Waimea trainers who got there first. And Waimea, the Kapaa defense coming off the field, still didn't get a call on who picked off that first pass. But does not look good right now. All trainers and doctors on the field attending to the Kapaa player. You see Dr. Downs heading up there right now. Let's, you know what? Let's go ahead and take an injury timeout. Also, Dr. Benny Williamson out there. Take an injury timeout. Early going, no score. We're at Vidina Stadium, KIF Football on Kauai Sports and Jams 98.1. We'll be right back. Well, here we go, folks. Kapaa with the ball. First and goal at their own 10-yard line. Davy Joel with his 2nd pick of the season. Remember, he's got a pick 6 already this year. Going to give it to Kaluahine Kakal. And he tries the left side. He gets a couple of yards, a yard maybe at the most. Not going to get a whole bunch there.
Yeah, Waimea kind of loaded up right there. That was good defense on their part. So
on the tackle for the Waimea Menehune. That's my guy, Caleb Ifan. In fact, we'll call it a gain of 2. Make it second and goal from the 8-yard line for the Warriors. You see Kurt Napoleon attending to some equipment issues by Kaluahine Kakal. I'm not sure why they don't just ask for an official's timeout. They'll do that for equipment. Second and goal from the 8. They're going to give it to Kaluahine Kakal, right side. He's at the 5. He's at the goal line. Touchdown, Warriors. That's going to be an 8-yard touchdown run for Kekoa Kaluahine Kakal. And the Warriors score less than a minute and a half into tonight's game.
Yeah, that was. I'm pretty surprised that he had such a big hole to get through there. It looked like he got in there untouched.
So here we go. Oliver in for the extra point. And the holder is going to be Leighton Moniz. Good snap. The hold is down. The kick is up. And he hooked it.
Good.
Yeah, he hooked it.
Whoa.
He hooked it. So the PAT is no good.
Wow.
And that's going to be a 6-0 Warrior lead. Let's take a timeout here. It's KIF Football on Kauai Sports and Jams 98.1. We'll be right back.
So what they're doing.
6-0 Kapaa. 8-yard touchdown run for Kekoa Kaluahine Kakal. The PAT is no good, so here we go. Oliver with the kickoff for the Warriors. Oliver, who put in the end zone on his last kickoff. A little higher, not as deep. It'll bounce at about the 3-yard line. Man, Waimea gives up on that ball way too early. That thing stays inside of the goal line. That ball is a free ball, and Kapaa can go down and go get it.
That's an excellent point. You would think that they would at least make an attempt to try to break something open with the special teams.
So Waimea will have their second offensive possession. The first one ended in an interception that was turned into a touchdown. And it was Davy Joel on the pick. That's his second of the season.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the play calling now. I know when we talked to Jason in the pregame, he was kind of hesitant to have the quarterback throw too much. And I think by him throwing that interception early may have shaken his confidence a little bit.
And I think that was Ventura on the carry. No, that was Kalen Simao. Sorry. I'm sorry. Kylan Simao Castillo. Got small kind of scoldings the other day about that. So there you go. It'll be a 1-yard pickup for Simao Castillo. And here's the handoff. And that's Ardino Ned out of the slot position, getting back to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards. They bring him down at the 19-yard line.
It looked like Jonathan Bayou is the one that made that stop. Bayou.
So Ardino Ned gets his first carry of the night. It goes for -2. You know, last week, 9:27 to go, but Ardino Ned used as a slot, as a receiver and a running back. They're going to give it up the middle. As Taniguchi hit at the line of scrimmage and shoved backwards. Looks like Moses Fefita leading a charge there for the Kapaa Warriors along with Jason Hawthorne. So that's going to be a loss of a couple of yards.
Yeah, Kapaa is definitely showing their grit defensively right now. Forcing Waimea in a punting situation.
So 8:50 to go here in the first. Here's the kick by Taniguchi. Not a bad kick, taken at the Warrior 45-yard line. And with some room to run, that's Leslie Aki as his hat comes off. They bring him down somewhere about the 42, maybe the 43-yard line. That's what Kapaa will take over in their second offensive possession.
Yeah, it looked like he got his helmet knocked off over there. Ooh, it's a pop.
I know one thing, man. When you come into a game like this, you better strap it on. Strap it on good. Here we go, one back. That's Kaluahine Kakal. Slot formation for the Warriors, straight up the middle. Kaluahine Kakal across the 40, down to the 36. That's going to be a pickup of 5 yards.
Nice strong run. That's what Kapaa wants to see, good ball movement.
So they're going to call that second,
6-yard
gain of 6.
Yeah.
2nd and 4 for Kapaa. Shotgun Napoleon, and they're going to give it to Kaluahine Kakal again. He's across the 35-yard line, and he'll get it out to the 32. And we'll give him a gain of 4 yards on the play. He'll be just shy of the first down.
Once again, that's a good rushing. The offensive line doing their job, making sure Kaluahine Kakal is getting the yardage that he needs.
Kaluahine Kakal 97 against Kauai High School in the KIF season opener. And they're going to play action. Napoleon's going to keep it himself. He'll get forward progress. It should give him the first down. However, it's going to turn into a right foot, left foot deal from the official on the far side.
Yeah, I think there was Waika Core on the stop there, number 44.
And they say no, they're not going to give him the first down.
Wow.
So no yards on that rush.
Looks like they're going to go for it for 4th and 1. Now here I want to see the discipline of Waimea's defense. There's a couple times they were in this position last week, and you saw that they jumped offside.
So, they may, no, they're not going to, they are going to measure it. And I think it's a good call. I mean, if you got to take that long to eyeball it, just bring out the sticks. I've said that for years already. I mean, seriously, like when you go fishing, if you got to measure the fish, just try to think back. If you can visually see it might be too small to keep, throw the thing back. Just like here, if you got to eyeball it, bring the sticks in. And they're going to play action. Napoleon's going to keep it himself. He'll get forward progress. Napoleon understands he's going to quarterback sneak it. He'll get it this time. No question there.
Good push by the center to make sure he cleared out.
That'll give the Warriors a first down. You see Moniz, Aki, receivers to the near side. So Kapaa, they go with the Nehemiah Kafoa, their fullback. That just sounds like a fullback. Here's Kaluahine Kakal trying the left side. Not a whole lot of room to run. He'll get at least 3 yards on the play. I got this little thing about bands, okay? When St. Louis had their run on Oahu, Their band wasn't very big. Lucky if it was 20 members. But let me tell you, they rocked the house. Like, they rocked the Aloha Stadium. When you're number one, your band always sounds good. Kapaa's band, not all that big, but they sound a whole lot better than they did last season, let me tell you. Shotgun Napoleon again. Napoleon's going to give it to DeForge. DeForge up the middle, still struggling for some extra yards. May have gotten a yard on the play, and that's about it.
Yeah, DeForge kept his legs moving, but Waimea was right there and not preventing them, letting them get away. So good defensive stop by Waimea.
You know, DeForge against Kauai High School, 4 carries, 26 yards, but he had 4 catches for $156, 2 touchdowns against the Red Raiders. See Waimea moving on defense. Shotgun Napoleon. One back, that's Kaluahine Kakal. Changing the play at the line of scrimmage. That's what's so advantageous of this, that OC Brenton Raposo can really look at the defense and change the play at any time.
Yeah.
Movement by one of the backs, no flag. Here's Napoleon looking for the end zone. Wide open. And Leighton Moniz with the touchdown. 27-yard pitch and catch. And there we got the penalty flag. And they're going to bring this back. We got a penalty flag. I saw movement by Kaluahine Kakal. If it stands, a 27-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah, Moniz was wide open. He didn't have a white shirt anywhere near him. It looks like it might be against Waimea.
And they're trying to figure it out. And we haven't got to the official call. We got a personal foul, roughing the passer.
Oh, okay.
So it is going to be a touchdown pass, 27 yards. And Leighton Moniz gets in the scorebook.
So you got Oliver in for the extra point. It'll be see if he can redeem himself from the missed extra point last time. And Waimea's offsides again.
There's the kick. And I believe if this stands, like, he missed it again. But we had the penalty flag. It should go against the Menehune. Hold on, guys. Hold on. We may do this all over again. 12-0 Kapaa. Still trying to sort out the penalty. 5:33 to go here in the first quarter. And
looks like Oliver came off the field and Napoleon.
Yeah, what happened? I think it's going to go against the Menehune. They moved it up to the 1.5-yard line, so they're going to go for a 2-point conversion here.
I think that's a good call.
I mean, I'll agree with you. I really believe that this is a good call as well, since you missed the extra point. They go right up the middle, and they're in there for the 2-point conversion. Who got the ball? I'm not sure yet. So the 2-point conversion is good. Kapaa out 14-0. It's going to take a quick timeout. It's KIF Football on Kauai Sports and Jams 98.1. Will be right back. So 14-0 Warriors here in the first quarter. And the penalty on the touchdown pass gets enforced on the kickoff. And here is Clifton Oliver with the kickoff. Oliver should just drill this. No, he's going to pooch it. And a fair catch called for at the 20-yard line. And I'm not sure who had the fair catch, but that's a smart thing to do right there.
Yeah, that's a situation where you do want to do the fair catch. You don't have any real estate to run. No chance in taking a risk and getting popped and giving up the fumble.
And folks, let's not forget, this is Kapaa's homecoming. Man, you know what kind of mooch I am? I tried to get me a free homecoming t-shirt.
How did that go?
Obviously, I paid for it. It's a fundraiser thing, so, you know. They go with that slot handoff on a slot coming off to the near side. Making a stop in the backfield is Tristan Alfiller, number 42. On the carry for the Menehune, that was number 4, Alika Ventura. That'll be a loss of a yard on the play. Make it 2nd and 11.
You know, you brought it up earlier, Joe, that for the Menehune to have any chance, they're going to have to throw the ball.
In motion, Ardino Ned. We've got a penalty flag coming from the official on the near side. And we got a procedure call against Waimea. I think it was an illegal shift. Two men moving at the same time. And that's a penalty against the Menehune. That's their second penalty of the game. They had a ton last week.
About 7 at least, huh?
Oh, 12.
12? Oh.
4:54 to go here in the first quarter. It's 14-0 Kapaa. Kapaa in their ho-hum all greens, the white hats.
You're not going to let them live that down, huh?
No, I'm not. Like I said, the people in Oahu was impressed with those all whites, and they think it's the nicest uniforms this year. And Coach Raposo, because he didn't want to wash them, and there was supposed to be rain, he doesn't want to wear them. My goodness. Here's the handoff, and that looks like Rapana with the football for the Menehune. He'll get it back to the 19-yard line. It is going to be Rapana, and he'll get a yard on the play.
Yeah, Rapana had a nice little change of direction, but Kapaa's defense is stellar, and they're not giving up too much ground right now.
So, number 35, Mo Fifita on the stop for the green and white. And they're going to give it to the man in motion. It's going to be Avery Miguel trying the right side. And he'll lose a couple of yards on the play. And I'll tell you what, I kind of told people this, that Waimea side handoff against Kapaa is not going to be successful.
Yeah, Fernandez on the stop there, number 30.
So here we go, 4th and 12. Waimea's going to be, they'll be forced to punt. Taniguchi will boot this one away. Good snap. A quick kick, a low line drive, but not all that bad.
Oh, fumble. That's
dropped at about midfield. I think the Menehune is right there.
Menehune did recover that.
And it is the Menehune who comes up with that one. And that's going to be
Ranson
Pashan comes up with that loose football. And what it was for Kapaa, that was Kaiona Nakamura who had it and dropped it.
That's just the break that Waimea needs to maybe boost their confidence. Maybe they can start to feel good about themselves and see if they can get a nice drive going.
So first turnover of the game for Kapaa. One team, each team with a turnover each. Waimea with the football, looking at the sideline, trying to get the call here. I mean, how many plays in that playbook does Waimea have? It's not all that many. They're going to hand it off. That's Taniguchi trying the left side. He fumbles the football. That ball is loose, and Kapaa players say they got it.
They're still fighting for it. Fifita's in there now.
And Fifita is who comes up with the football, and Kapaa gets it right back. We're going the other way.
Yeah, that's vicious defense by Kapaa. That ball just popped out of there, and it's got to be disheartening for Waimea. You know, they catch a break, and then they lose the football one play later.
So Taniguchi's got 2 carries for 4 yards. He's got a fumble as well. Fifita, right guy in the right spot. 1st and 10 from the Warrior 44-yard line. They're going to give it to Kaluahine Kakal. He's got some room on the outside. He'll get the first down and a little more.
Oh, fumble again.
And he fumbles the football at the 41-yard line. And the officials...
Oh, there really is a scrum over there right now.
I think the officials are going to say that Waimea's got the ball. And it looks like it's number 56 who comes up with it. I'm not officially 100% certain on that, but I think it's Makana Ruiz who comes up with it. However, the officials are talking it over as if it may not be a fumble. So,
yeah, the players, both teams are getting real testy right now, as you can see, that scrum. Nobody wants to give an inch right now.
And officials are still talking it over. And Kapaa's defense only now starting to come off the field, the offense coming off the field. So it is going to be Waimea football at the Menehune 41-yard line. So far, I'm going to give unofficially, it's going to be Ruiz, number 56, who gets the fumble recovery. And again, I'm not certain on that, and hopefully someone corrects me later on. So 1st and 10, Menehune at their own 41-yard line. They trail 14-0, 3:04 to go in the first. Split backs behind Wisniewski. They give it to number 5. Then that is going to be Kylan Simao Castillo. He'll get it about 3 yards on the play, but we got a penalty flag coming from the near side official.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that flag is for.
And it looks like it's going to be against Kapaa. Against Waimea. And that came at the end of the line, so usually it's the tackle, one of the receivers. So a holding call against the Menehune. That's their 3rd penalty of the night. That'll back them way back, all the way about to the their own 30-yard line. So 2:58 to go here in the first quarter. And it'll be 1st and 20 for the Menehune.
Yeah, I think this is a passing down. I know Coach Raposo is inviting anybody to throw the ball against their defense, so we'll see what happens on this play.
Receiver in a slot to the near side. They're going to give it to, looks like Simao Castillo again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And gain of no yards on that carry. 2:30 to go here in the first quarter. So no gain on the play. 2nd and 20 for the Menehune's offense. Clock on the move, down to 2:20. 14-0 Kapaa. There's been a turnover, There's been a couple of turnovers by the Menehune and one for Kapaa. Here's a run to the right side.
That was Waikakor.
And Waikakor will carry that ball. He'll get a few yards. On the stop for Kapaa, looks like Mana Kupahea. So Waikakor gets a couple of yards there. We'll call it 1 yard.
You know, as I'm watching this game, I'm noticing a contrast between the size of the teams. You know, Waikakor looked like a man against boys last week. And then I see him against this Kapaa defense, and it's just the opposite.
Split backs for the Menehune. That's Ardino Ned in motion. Wisniewski rolling right, wants to throw it. He's got no time. He's going to get sacked. Oh, and boy, did he take a shot. And Moses Fefita is there to make the sack along with Icona Fernandez. So it'll be a loss of about 4 yards on the play.
Yeah, Fefita looks like he came in there with some bad intentions with that pop.
Clock still moving, down to 1:02 at 62 seconds, according to my Kapaa High School math. Here's the kick by Taniguchi. Not a bad kick at all.
Barely got it off.
Bounces at the Warrior 30, takes a Menehune roll, and it'll be down somewhere about the 27, 28-yard line. And that's where Kapaa will take over 1st and 10 with 49.2 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter.
Yeah, that was Connor down there with the stopping of the ball right there.
So 48.2 seconds remaining. Kapaa's got the ball and the lead. And no real sense of urgency, and I wouldn't either. I mean, Kapaa's they've got a 2-touchdown lead here in the first quarter. Just kind of business as usual. Shotgun to pull in. Kaluahine Kakal straight up the middle. Across the 30-yard line to the 32-yard line. We'll give him a pickup of 6 yards.
Yeah, that's a nice, solid, straight-ahead run. Kapaa is definitely establishing themselves as having a solid offensive run game. So Waimea's going to have to do something different to stop him.
Here's the give to Kaluahine Kakal. He breaks loose. He's in the open. He's at the midfield, and he is in Waimea territory. Finally gets hugged at about the 35-yard line and brought down at the 30. And Kaluahine Kakal will give Kapaa a first down in Waimea territory with 16 seconds to go.
Kaluahine Kakal is looking very impressive today. He's running with a sense of purpose each and every carry. So it's going to be a long night for Waimea's defense if they can do something, make some sort of adjustment.
I've got that as a 27-yard pickup for Kaluahine Kakal. You're going to give it to him again. He's going to be the workhorse tonight. He's across the 25, near the 22-yard line. And that's going to be a gain of about 7, maybe 8 yards on the play.
Yeah, that was Cody Taniguchi with the stop there.
So he has got, unofficially, 74 yards rushing on 9 carries in the first quarter. As the first period comes to an end, let's go ahead and take a 60-second break. It's KIF Football on Kauai Sports and Jams 98.1. We'll be right back. We're back at Vedina Stadium. Kapaa's got the ball, 2nd and 7. Ball at the 22-yard line. Now, I'm not sure what's up with the scoreboard.
Well, what do you see?
14-0 Kapaa.
What should it read?
No. Here's a snap to Napoleon. He's going to hand it off straight up the middle. DeForge takes it to about the 19-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play.
Yeah, they pulled out Kalohihine Kakao. Looked like he was breathing really hard right before the quarter ended. So, like I said, DeForge with that last carry.
Valeria also in at the running back for Kapaa in that fullback position. Gonna give it to DeForge. DeForge will get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
Looks like we got a flag on the near side over here.
And that's about it for DeForge. And let's see what the call is. Tonight's referee is Ben Bregman. And it's going to be a dead ball call against Kapaa. So that'll move them back. False start against the Warriors. That'll make it the 3rd and about 6 to go for the Warrior offense. They got a receiver in a slot to the near side. Shotgun, they play action to DeForge. Napoleon's got some time now, has to scramble. He's got a man open short, and he's going to throw it downfield. The catch is made somewhere about the, no, they're going to say incomplete. And that was Isaiah Valeria, the intended receiver. It looked like he had it.
I thought he had it as well. I don't know about that call. I'd love to see a replay on that, but officials got a rough job. It's one thing I would never want to do is be a ref, an official.
So it'll be 4th and 6 for Kapaa. They're kind of in no man's land right here. And if they go ahead and kick it, it's going to be a 42-yard field goal, which I think Oliver can make.
Well, it's no doubt he's got the distance, but it's the accuracy that he's missed 2 chippies.
And now a timeout called for by the Warriors. We'll take a break as well. 14-0 Kapaa here in the second quarter. It's KIF Football on Kauai Sports and Jams 98.1. We'll be right back. So here we go, 4th and 6 for Kapaa. Ball at the Menehune 25-yard line. Napoleon looks to sideline for the call. I kind of think Kapaa's going to throw the ball here.
I'm going to agree with you there, yeah.
A lefty looking downfield. He's got room in the middle of the field.
Oh!
It's popped, and he drops the football. And it's going to be recovered at the 28-yard line. And being the right guy in the right spot for the Waimea Menehune is number 88, Connor Donaher.
Yeah, Donaher is making his presence felt.
That's the 3rd turnover for the Kapaa Warriors. And all 3 fumbles, and Waimea's got the ball at their own 29-yard line, excuse me.
One thing about this Waimea team is they're definitely a tough team. They're not going to just let Kapaa walk all over them. So,
split back setup for the Menehune. In motion, that's Ardino Ned. They're going to give it to Simao Castillo across the 30 to the 31-yard line. We'll give him 2 yards on the carry. You know, I kind of thought last week that they'd give him the ball a lot more against Kauai High School. I kind of think he may not hit the hole the hardest. I think he hits the hole the fastest.
He does, but I'd like to see Waikakor get a few more carries, actually.
And they're going to give it to, looks like Simao Castillo again. Gets it back to the line of scrimmage at the 31-yard line. So no gain on the play on that carry. I'll tell you what, against this stingy Kapaa defense, there's going to be a lot of no gains on that carry for this season. Wow, Fifita comes out of the game limping a little. If this was the NFL, you get about 20 doctors and trainers around him before he even gets to the sideline. So 3rd and 8 for the Menehune. Core will be the lone setback behind of Wisniewski. and one of the officials has to help chin strap somebody in. Now we're going to timeout called for by the Menehune. It comes with 9:58 remaining. Let's take a timeout as well. It's KIF Football on Kauai Sports and Jams 98.1. We'll be right back. Here we go, 3rd and 8 for the Menehune. 9:58 to go here in the second period. Receiver in a stop to the far side for Big Blue. Kapaa with a 4-man front. And Wisniewski wants to throw it, lobs it up there, and nobody home. He read it as a 10 and in, or excuse me, the receiver read it as a 10 and in. He threw it as a 10 and out.
Yeah, it looked like they were definitely on the wrong page. The receivers weren't even in the ballpark.
So Wisniewski 0 for 2 on the evening. That'll bring up 4th and 8 for Waimea. They'll punt it away.
I do like the fact that Waimea chose to actually attempt to pass, but I think they need to put themselves in a better position. Maybe try to pass on a first down instead.
Well, that punt is blocked, and Waimea's going to recover it at about the 32-yard line. However, it's going to be Kapaa football in great field position, and I'm not sure who blocked it. There was at least 3 or 4 Warriors all over that punter's foot. So a blocked punt gives Kapaa the ball in great field position. 9:47 to go here in the first. And I'll tell you what, I'm looking at Fifita, and they're looking at his knee, and that is not a good sign.
It's not good at all.
Kapaa with a receiver and a slot to the near side. Napoleon sticks in the mouthpiece. Now he's ready to go. Kaluahine Kakal straight up the middle, bounces outside. He has got some room. He's at the 30, the 25, the 20, 15, hit at the 10, driven out of bounds somewhere about the 7 or 8 yard line. That's going to be a 24-yard pickup for Kekoa Kaluahine Kakal.
Yeah, dude, that was a great run. I was watching Leighton Moniz. He was at a point where he was about to block, and it looked like he might have actually clipped, and he put both of his arms up to show the ref, no, I'm not going to touch him. And the running back had already turned the corner, so it would have been unnecessary.
First and goal from the 9-yard line. They're going to hand it off. That's going to be Kaluahine Kakal. Inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line, so pick up 5 yards on a play. And he has just got past the century mark. They give it to him again this time. Gets run over in the backfield and making a great play defensively for the Menehunes, Athens Acosta. And that'll bring the ball back outside the 5 to about maybe the 6 or 7.
I thought that might have been Storm Costalis on that one.
So 101 yards for Kaluahine Kakal. Coming out of the game for Kapaa is Kafoa. Going in is DeForge. Not sure why Kapaa didn't go that jumbo formation when they bring in the 2 linebackers. They like that in this part of the field. There's Napoleon. He'll keep it himself. He's at the 10. The 5 spins around, dives for the goal line. He's going to be a little short, somewhere about the 1-yard line. It's going to bring him 4th and 1 for Kapaa.
That was a good play call. That was definitely a good play call. Keeping Waimea off balance. He hasn't run any draws like that. That was a great call.
And let's see if Kapaa is they're going to go for it on 4th down. They'll bring in their big guys. And it'll be a timeout charge to the Menehune. Second call timeout here in the first half. We'll take a break as well. 8:18 left in the first half. It's KIF Football on Kauai Sports and Jams 98.1. I'll be right back. So here we go. They got that jumbo package going to go right up the middle. And one of the guys in there, number 95, Leaky Coley. And no officials put their arms up.
I don't think he got it.
Somebody's blue hat fell off.
Yep.
And on the carry there, I believe it was number 75.
Yeah, I think the Menehune got to stop there.
Goal line stand and the Menehune hold, but they're at the half-yard line, and they've got a long ways to go for a score. Like I said, I think it was number 75 who had the carry there. So he'll get credit for a no gain on the play. I'm surprised. Kapaa showed run. Everybody knew they were going to run. Not sure why they didn't fake it and bring Napoleon out on the edge.
Well, Kapaa's been having great success running it right up the gut, so they figure, why not keep, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Split backs for the Menehune. in motion. Then we got a penalty flag. Excuse me, that's Miguel in motion.
It's going to be a false start against Waimea, so you got to half the distance to the goal.
So they're going to move it about 3 or 4 inches. That'll be officially, it's got to be like 1st and 11. But it didn't move all that much. That's the 4th penalty of the game against the Menehune. In motion, Miguel. They're gonna. That's where he's gonna keep it. We got a fumble on the play, and Kapaa has it. I think this is recovered in the end zone. Touchdown. And it is touchdown, Kapaa. And let's see who comes up with that football. And I think it's number 42, and it is. Coming up with that football for Kapaa is Treston Alfilas, Dustin's kid. Touchdown Warriors. And the Kapaa Warriors, for the 2nd straight game, have scored a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, it looks like Jacob Rappernot is favoring his left shoulder, left arm. Hopefully he's okay.
So the extra point coming up for the Warriors is Clifton Oliver. When you really look at it, he is 0 for 2 because on another one, there's a penalty that they went for the 2-point conversion. Good snap. The hold is down. The kick is up. This time it looks good.
Like he made it.
And it is good. So at 8:01 to go here in the first half of play. It's 21-0 Warriors. Let's take a break, timeout. You're listening to or watching KIF Football on Kauai Sports and Jams 98.1. We'll be right back. 21-0 Warriors here in the first half as they get set to kick it off. So Kapaa will tee it up at the 40-yard line. And I would like to see Kapaa go with a different look on that pooch, maybe a onside kick or something, but no. Oliver's going to hammer this thing in the end zone. Touchback, and Waimea gets it 1st and 10 at their own 20.
So you would have liked to see a pooch kick on that one?
I would like to see an onside. It's one of those line drive things. You try to aim it at somebody just to give a special teams a different look. Because we've seen the long kickoff, we've seen the high pooch kickoff that people have trouble with. And a different look would be nice. Because I guarantee you, there's Nanakuli and Radford people, as well as Kamehameha Hawaii people in the house tonight. Just give them a different look. And that's kind of the way Kapaa needs to think. Tight formation for the Menehune. And they're going to give it to the slot going in motion. He's not going to go anywhere. In fact, he's going to lose a yard. That's Avery Miguel on the play. He's got 2 carries for -3 yards.
Yeah, that's not going to get it done. I think Kapaa's philosophy, though, in the kickoff is just Waimea hasn't proven that they can move the ball at all. So, once again, you know, if you can just keep them back, pin them, make them earn it, they get the ball in their own territory.
You know, in reality, the only team that's moved the ball against Kapaa this year is Nanakuli. And they threw for about 240 yards. Here's the handoff. Looks like Simao Castillo. And it is. He'll get it across the 20 to about the 22-yard line of the Menehune 22. So Deb's boy gets a carry, gets the football there. Can't wait for Dylan Apilano to get the ball. I can talk about his mom too, who I just ran into a few minutes ago. Long-time friend. Here's Wisniewski. They're going to give it up the middle. And we got a fumble, and Kapaa's got this one. There was 2 green shirts in the area. Who's got it?
It's like number 55, Kapena Teixeira.
It is Kapena Teixeira who gets that fumble recovery. I'll tell you what, we've had a ton of turnovers. Waimea's got 4 of them. 3 fumbles and an interception. Kapaa's got 3 fumbles.
Yeah, a lot of turnovers, a lot of smash mouth football. These guys are hitting each other hard.
They go trips to the near side as they look into the sideline for the call. And now they'll go into double slot formation. And that's DeForge on Napoleon's right. Waimea with a 3-man front, and Kapaa's going to eat that up all night long. They're going to give it to DeForge, looking for Sarum, gets hit behind the line of scrimmage, across the 20 to about the 18-yard line. In fact, the 17-yard line, so pickup of 3 for Justin DeForge.
Yeah, good run by DeForest. Kapaa continues to show that they can keep a sustained drive. So Waimea, like I said, they're going to have to do something different to stop this.
Sorry, folks, still got that cold from Wednesday night during that volleyball game. That was brutal. That night was just tough. And they're going to give it to number 24. That's Gutierrez Kelly.
Oh.
And he tries to get outside. He'll get it back to the line of scrimmage, so no gain on the play. Man, Kapaa is good. Before we know it, one of the Water Boys is going to get a carry. They're giving everybody a chance. So no gain on the play for Gutierrez Kelly. Might be his only carry of the season. Clock on the move at 5:45 remaining here in the first half. 21-0 Kapaa in this one. The top-ranked Warriors. They're going to throw the ball. Napoleon looking down the right side. The man is there.
Oh!
And you know what? The receiver, I'm not sure who that is. I think that's
Leslie Aki.
That's Leslie Aki. He was worrying too much about keeping his feet in. He actually had about 2 or 3 more yards to spare in the back of the end zone. And that's going to be an incomplete pass.
Yeah, you got to catch the ball first. And you're right. I think he was too mindful of where his feet were. But you got to concentrate. That ball's right in his hands. You got to make that catch.
So this is going to turn into a 34-yard attempt for Clifton Oliver. 4th and 7 for Kapaa. You know, for Waimea, if Waimea can keep from jumping offside, it's going to be a long attempt. But Kapaa's going to try and draw him off just so that they can go for it on 4th and 2.
You're talking about doing something different. I wouldn't mind seeing a fake field goal here, but I don't think so. We'll see.
Good snap. The hold is down. The kick is up. Oh, a lot of leg on this one, and this is no question. And it's going to be good from 34 yards out. And Kapaa now leads it 24-0 with 5:17 to go here at Vidina Stadium. We'll take a break as well. KIF Football on Kauai Sports and Jams 98.1. We'll be right back. So here we go, 24-0 Kapaa set to kick off. And I was thinking, during the last break, and I'll share my thoughts in a few seconds. Oliver high, but not very deep. It'll be taken somewhere. No, they're going to let it just bounce at about the 3-yard line. And it goes into the end zone for a touchback. And, what I was thinking, I watched last night's Pittsburgh-New England game, which was a big, I won't mention what kind of fight I thought that was. But I was thinking, man, those longer extra points adds a little drama to touchdowns and PATs in the NFL. And because it turns into a 32-yard extra point nowadays.
Yeah. I see Moses Fafita is back in the game, and that's what you like to see.
Ball at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Menehune. Split backs behind of Wisniewski. And they're going to give it to Vika Kor, trying to get outside. And does not as he gets his legs cut out from under him. He'll get a yard on the play at the very most. We'll call it, a solid yard for Vika Kor. Inside the 5 minutes here in the first half. It's 24-0 Warriors. Coming up at halftime. Well, here at the stadium, we'll have the Kapaa Homecoming show by the student body. Always nice to see that. Give you some stats and some scores from around the state. 2nd and 8, ball at the 22-yard line of the Menehune. First back through the line, gets the ball. It's Vika Kor getting pinballed around. However, he bullies his way out to the 26, kind of pushing people out of the way. So Kor will get a carry of 4 yards on the play.
Yeah, I like the Menehune getting Kor more involved in the offense. I think that's the only thing. You want to have Kor maybe slow him down just a little bit.
3rd and 4. Ball at the 26. Waimea going now basically with a double tight end set with a single receiver. 3rd and 4. And they're going to go straight up the middle once again. And this time, nowhere close to getting some yards. And that's Vika Kor. In fact, he's going to lose a yard.
Yeah, I noticed they had Avery McGill in the backfield, so Jacob Rapinoe, I guess he's still out right now.
And it kind of looks as if Waimea is going to go back to that old school old trap on those quick hitters up the middle. And it doesn't look like Taniguchi in to punt this one. And we're going to get a timeout called for by the Menehune. That's their final timeout called for. Comes with 3:30 to go here in the first quarter. And you know what? We'll take a break as well. It's 24-0 Kapaa. Late in the first half. It's KIF Football on Kauai Sports and Jams 98.1. Will be right back. So here we go, 4th and 6 for the Menehune. Now it looks like they brought in Taniguchi to kick it away. And Mosese, how's this? Mosese Fifita back to return kicks. A punt for the Kapaa Warriors. And again, Taniguchi with a pretty good one. This is going to be taken by number 12. That is going to be Nakamura coming to the near side. Gets a couple of good room.
He's got some room.
The wall to the near side. And out to about the 37-yard line. We're going to get a penalty
flag that came in.
And that's going to be for a blindside hit by the Warriors.
Yeah, that's going to go back.
So Nakamura with a nice return as got to the wall in good shape. Just a couple of white shirts snuck through. And, you know, when you put Fifita back to return kicks, now who can tell me what Bear linebacker return kicks in college? Oh, come on. He's a Bears fan. You don't even know that.
Hold on now.
I'm going to, before you pop a vein, is Brian Urlacher. He returned kicks for the Lobos in college. How do you like that?
Yeah.
So it's going to be a blindside hit. That's an ESPN special right there, but it's going to go for naught. And that'll bring the ball back into Kapaa territory.
In all fairness, though, I don't think Urlacher played linebacker when he was in college, though. I think he was transformed into a linebacker once he got with the Bears.
But the question was, what Bear linebacker returned kicks?
Hey, I'm trying to get out of this, bro. I'm trying to.
So here we go, 1st and 10 at the Kapaa 40-yard line. And for Kapaa, it's their second penalty of the game. 3:15 to go. A lot of time for them to get downfield and get a score. I think Coach Raposo went out to pick up somebody's mouthpiece off the grass. Shotgun Napoleon, play action.
Yeah, it's going to come back.
And a wide open DeForge, and he can't hang on to it at the Waimea 30-yard line. But this is going to be a false start against Kapaa, as the back had about a half a step early head start.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was a false start or a legal shift.
And it should be a false start. Man, DeForge once again was wide open. Napoleon a little too much arm.
Yep, false start.
And we got a sideline warning against Kapaa. You ought to give me a sideline warning. I don't know why, but I just wouldn't mind having one on my record. I got a lot of other things on my record. Why not add that to it?
We won't go there right now.
1st and 15, ball at the 35-yard line. Shotgun Napoleon, and they're going to hand it off. And that's number 44, Nehemiah Kafoa. He'll get a couple of yards on the play, and that's about it. Like I said, up next is going to be the water boy.
Yeah, Kafoa is listed as 5'11", 230.
So we'll give him a couple of yards because I'm feeling generous. Receiver in a slot on each side. Napoleon sticks in the mouthpiece, and we're ready to go. Play action is going to throw it. DeForge is open, but they go the other way. And this time, that's Moniz.
Oh,
Moniz who drops at the 35-yard line. And that's going to be an incomplete pass. That'll bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, he was looking at the end zone, and you got to focus on the ball first. He knew he had his men beat, and he was already thinking, celebration, you got to catch the ball.
That'll bring up 3rd and 12 for Kapaa. And now the skill guys all look towards the sideline for the call. Moniz shaking his head. When you look at it, the open receivers Kapaa's had, this game could be in the 40s by now.
Easily. Yeah, easily. And I'm really impressed by Napoleon. He's just so at ease in the pocket.
They'll change the play. Napoleon in shotgun. He's got Kafoa to his right. They're going to throw it again. Napoleon, a lot of time. He goes over the middle. Somebody's going to get hit here. And incomplete. And that was number 24 for the Warriors who was there. That's Kaohu Gutierrez Kelly. And I'll tell you what, old school football, I tell you what, that safety would have lined him up.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. And, you know, we were talking about the old Bears 85 earlier. Yeah, those safeties and DBs, he would have gotten lit up.
But the way the rules are now, the safety cannot just zero in on that receiver and tee off. Because I'll tell you what, old school, that would have happened. But nowadays, you get kicked out of the game if that was to happen.
Yeah. And you like to see that, you know, they're trying to take care of the players, and they're thinking safety first.
Fourth and 12. A short snap, Fifita, and he's going to run it wide open. He's got a lot of room. Can he get to the first down marker? Yes. He's at midfield, into Menehune territory to the 46-yard line, and that's going to be a 16-yard run for the first down for Fifita.
I got to say, Fifita is very impressive. I like how he waited, he paused. The Menehune thought that it was definitely going to be a punt, and he just took off. Kind of a delayed run.
I know one thing, if it wasn't a bad snap, he would have probably kicked it. But instead, he had to go down and made like a shortstop, fielded it nice and clean on one hop. And, you know, he did this last year. You know, a couple of times when he had bad snaps and punting and ran it like that. Napoleon wants to throw it and looking for DeForge and gets tipped before DeForge can get his hands on it, and they're defensively for the Menehune. It looked as if it was number 4, Alika Ventura.
Yeah, looks like it was Alika.
So when you look at this, there's been just 2 completed passes in this game. Wisniewski is 0 for 2 with a pick, and Napoleon is 1 for 5, and the only completion is that touchdown for 27 yards.
Yeah, I expect Kapaa to keep passing the ball.
Play action to Kafoa. Napoleon's going to throw it. He's got a man open the 35-yard line. And the catch is made by Gabe Keener. And that'll be a close to the first down. In fact, they're going to give him the first down.
Yeah, number 12, Ardino Ned with the stop there.
So that's going to be a 39-yard pitch and catch. Gabe Keener with his first catch of the night. So 1:46 to go. Kapaa with 2 timeouts. And here's Napoleon wide open. DeForge at the 18. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. Dives for the goal line. Touchdown Warriors. And once again, Justin DeForge open in the middle of the field.
Nice play call. Looks like Kapaa is just they were running a 2-minute offense.
So Justin DeForge, 3 receiving touchdowns in 2 games. And that one going for 35.
They got Oliver in for the extra point. He's been successful on this end of the field, so we'll see if he can keep it up.
High snap, but it's controlled by Moniz. The kick is up. Looks good from here. And it is good. So at $1:36 to go here in the first half. 31-0 Kapaa. We'll take a timeout. You're watching KIF Football on Kauai Sports and Jams 98.1. We'll be right back. Gets his first carry of the night. And that'll go for what?
About 3 yards.
3 yards.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you, you know what? I'm looking across the field, and not a bad crowd coming from the west side. You know, usually, Waimea, people kind of stop at halfway bridge, turn around and go home. Or nowadays, they stop at Jack in the Box, drive through, go home. Man, I can't wait for that place to be finished. You know why?
Why is that?
I live in walking distance. There's going to be Subway, Starbucks. There's going to be a Panda Express. Jack in the Box already there. All we need is a theater to be there, and I'll be complete. I'd never be at home.
Tell you what, if we get an In-N-Out burger here at any time, that would be awesome.
That's right. You know, once you get an In-N-Out, you got to have Sonic as well.
Oh,
we got another fumble by the Menehune, and the Kapaa players are right there. And it is number 52 who comes up with it. And that is Jonathan Bilyeu. 5th penalty by the Menehune.
You know, I've been watching Kapaa's demeanor, and when they make plays, it seems like it's just business as usual for them. They don't get too excited. They don't get too overly high, too low for anything. They just business as usual, and they definitely keep their poise.
I'll tell you what, that fumble really played into Kapaa's hands. They still got 1 timeout remaining and 1:18 to go. Receiver to start on each side, one back. That's Kapaa. Napoleon wants to throw it, looking left. He's got a man open, the 5, goal line, touchdown, Kapaa. And that's Justin DeForge once again. He has got 4 touchdowns in almost 6 complete quarters here in the KIF. So he's got 2 catches for 59 yards and 2 touchdowns. Man, if we had fantasy football, that's my number 1 pick right there.
And Napoleon's not too far behind. He's got a nice touch.
Napoleon is now 4 of 8 for 98 yards and 3 touchdown passes.
Amazing how his stats just went up.
Probably listened to me on the radio down there and said, I'm going to show that Anahola Joel guy. Here's Oliver. The extra point is up. Looks good, is good. So 1:11 to go. 38 to nothing Kapaa. Let's take a timeout. It's KIF football live on Kauai Sports and Jams 98.1. We'll be right back. $1:11 to go. Oliver for the kickoff. 38-0 Warriors. Here we go. And Kapaa still with 1 timeout remaining. High and short, taking at about the 5-yard line. And for the Menehune, still with the football going the wrong way, Ranson Pashan. And he'll be dropped somewhere, about maybe the 8-9 yard line. I mean, you have to give it a try at least. And at this point, what's the use? You lose a few yards, big deal.
I agree 100%. And last week, I'm the main one that said I'd like to see the runners run north and south. But in a case like that, what do you have to lose?
We got a late penalty flag sitting at the 25-yard line. I mean, I look at it as you got to start something. I mean, you're down 38-0. We still ain't at halftime yet. So it's going to be against the Menehune. And for the Menehune, it's penalty number 5. And the one thing, my man, this is a case for take a knee and get out of here, because another turnover. Kapaa still got a timeout and 61 seconds remaining, according to my Kapaa High School math.
Yeah, you want to stop the bleeding.
On the center, Wisniewski. And they're going to hand it off. And I'll bet you got Kapaa guys ripping at that football. And at Simao Castillo, he'll get a couple of yards on the play. And a timeout called for by Kapaa with 55 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Kapaa looks like they definitely want to try to score again.
Like I said, when you see plays like that, all I can think about is what made Herman Edwards famous. Joe Posarczyk, when he just should have took a knee in the game, they try to hand it off, a fumble. Herman Edwards I won't remember say the E-Girls again, but returns it all the way for a touchdown. And that Philadelphia team wins the game.
Yeah.
And that's how the knee and this touchdown victory formation thing all got started. So I'm not sure why they just don't take a knee and get out of here. If they had a couple of timeouts, and I'd say, yeah, try and move the ball downfield, but they got no timeouts. So when we get back to play, it's going to be 2nd and 5. So that's actually a 5-yard pickup for Kylan Simao Castillo. I want to get scoldings again.
Yeah, I was to ask you about that. Who gave you scoldings and what?
Kylan's mom.
Oh, okay.
Man, she was stalking me all day yesterday. She even had contacted my cousins to get in touch with me about that. 55 seconds remaining, and now they're going to hand it off again. And straight up the middle. Nice little run by Simao Castillo again, and he'll get the first down. So 7-yard pickup. He's got 7 carries, 18 yards.
So the clock is still running. Looks like the Warriors aren't going to call timeout. That's going to let Waimea do their thing here.
1st and 10. Ball at the Waimea 18-yard line. And again, and now we got a fumble. No, we don't. And that's Simao Castillo who's on the ground. And that looked like that could have been a serious injury, but he bounces up. back in the huddle. But right there should be a red flag. Just take a knee already.
Yeah, at this point, you want to just get out of here and regroup and see if you can come up with a different game plan or something else at this point. It's only 10 seconds left. So I think they're going to let the play just, let the clock just run out.
Before we go to halftime, I just want to throw a shout out to my partner, Anthony DeFazio. I know he's on the island with his wife, Trudy, and they're going to spend some time here on Kauai. And, dude, if you're in the area, come on up. You're always welcome up here, like I told you that before. So it's halftime here at Vidina Stadium. Both teams heading to their locker rooms. And, I mean, like we said 2 weeks ago, Kauai High School, they just got to get some offensive continuity and get something going, some positive yardage. Same thing with Waimea here. That Kapaa defense has been nothing but a wall. I mean, Waimea's got nothing offensively. And if they don't get anything started early in that second half, this thing's going to be over early.
Yeah, I think it is pretty much over at this point. But, yeah, it could get a lot uglier than 38-0 if they don't come up with a little something different.
So as Kapaa starts their homecoming presentation here at Vidina Stadium. And, folks, I know we saw this last year, and if you're wondering why is the homecoming so early, the Kapaa student body or the people in charge there wanted to have homecoming at night, not during the day on a Saturday. So that's why we got homecoming this early in the season and on a Friday night. And to be honest, I don't blame them. Homecoming always looks better at night.
It does, it does.
As we see the first of the Kapaa homecoming court coming onto the field. So let's go ahead and, the Miss America wave.
She's got the wave. You see
Miss
that?
America wave. Oh. Wow. If we went to break just a little earlier, we would have missed that. The Miss America wave. So let's go ahead and take a timeout.
Please welcome the class of 2017, Ms. Taylor Jordan Hamasura and her escort, Kristen Havelu. Representing the senior class of 2016 is Ms. Jar Raposo. Jar is the daughter of Daryl and Rose Raposo of Kapaa. She is being escorted by Mr. Dylan D. Silva. Dylan is the son of Russell and Tammy D. Silva of Kapaa. Jar would like to thank her family for supporting her in all that she does. Jar would also like to thank Dylan and Kristen for escorting her. Another person she'd like to thank is her Auntie Jeannie for dedicating her time to help her with decorations. After graduation, Jar would like to attend a four-year college on island that provides a good nursing program. Her dream is to help children in need. Napoleon Hill once said, patience, persistence, and perspiration make an unbeatable combination for success. Hashtag Eastside, hashtag class of 2016. Please welcome the class of 2016, Kiara Raposo and her escort, Dylan Silva. This spirit is Kanani Tuttle. Kanani is the daughter of Steve and Cody Tuttle. She is being escorted by Mr. Samuel Vanola. Samuel is the son of Sam and Cynthia Vanola of Kilauea. Kanani would like to thank her parents for their unconditional love and her beautiful sisters for being shining examples to her. Kanani would also like to thank her coaches for helping her to rise to her greatest potential as a high school athlete, and also to her volleyball and basketball sisters who made all the years of hard work worth the amazing memories. Most importantly, she would like to thank her father for blessing her with a home in paradise and the support of family and friends. She plans to play volleyball in college in the mainland and pursue a professional career in the medical field. As for the class of 2016, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not into thine own understanding. In all thine ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy plans. Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 through 6. Hashtag one for last. Hashtag legacy. Hashtag resettle. Please welcome Ms. Jared Kanani Tuttle and her escort, Mr. Samuel Vanola. Victory is Kylie Pascual. Kylie is the daughter of Tom and Nina Pascual of Kapaa. She is being escorted by Mr. Jalen Michael Yago. Jalen is the son of James and Geraldine Yago of Lehue. After high school, Kylie plans to attend college
Union Stadium. Halftime as Kapaa's student body doing their homecoming presentation. And you know, it's funny, we should all take a little kitty here and figure out where they got these golf carts from, what golf course. And seeing my experience, I know it's not Puakea.
Okay.
And I know it's not Wailua. And I'm probably thinking Kauai Lagoons.
That would be an educated guess.
Now, if somebody is asking, how does he know that? Okay.
Drum roll, drum roll.
The thing is that they're probably saying the brother either golfs too much or works at a golf course. I can tell you now, Puakea's got green golf carts. Wailua's got blue. And again, that's not a good deal right there. Got some scores from around the state. And the first one, this game is actually on the mainland. Radford against Mount Tahoma.
Whoa, I don't think they're ready for this score.
74-6 on that one.
Ugh.
And you know, I've said this all along, and I've actually known this for quite a while. Back when the first time Radford came up here to the D2 playoffs and beat Kauai High School, that Coach Fred Salano is a very good coach, a very good game and game prep coach, and that you know, he's a good coach. And I'll tell you what, he's never had what I would call a superstar. He's had some good players and some good athletes, but he's never had a superstar. But yet he consistently wins. So you know, and I told people this before, that two teams I think will worry Kapaa as far as getting to the D2 final. It's going to be Radford and Nanakuli. Because remember, when Kapaa played Nanakuli, they had a lot of guys who was ineligible at the time. And it was a 20-2 game. So that's going to be interesting. But I still think Kapaa's better. But that's the first score of the night. We've also got Nanakuli over Roosevelt, 21-0. Lelehua leading Waipahu in the second quarter, 11-0. Honoka'a over Waiakea, that game on the Big Island, 19-14, second quarter there. Number 9, Kapolei in Division 1 leading Campbell 3-0. Wow, that's a battle of the Eva Beach area. Second quarter for that one. And then Pac 5 over St. Francis. That game in the second quarter, 17-6. In that one, here's a final. 59-22. Punahou, number 1 Punahou over Iolani. And I feel so bad for Iolani. Maui over Baldwin, 3-0. That game in the third quarter. And that rounds out the scoreboard from high school football around the state. A lot of games tomorrow. And
you notice as we're watching the homecoming queen, Brylena Wohe's out there. Very beautiful, I might add. Standing next to her, I noticed is Fafita. He's got an ice pack over his left knee. So he had gotten injured. He came back into the game. And I don't know. Hopefully it's okay.
So, you know, this volleyball players kind of have a little dynasty going on here. If I'm not mistaken, it's the third straight homecoming queen that the volleyball team for Kapaa has produced. Now, I think Waimea's got 5 straight volleyball players as homecoming queens. So volleyball has got something going on here. I'm not sure what it is, but they've got something going on. And that's why Mo Fifita is out there. I think he was voted as the homecoming king. And, you know, I'm not sure how long you've been here, but that's no surprise. There's guys that's come out in the homecoming, when the band comes out there, football players have been in the band, have played during halftime.
Wow.
I mean, the latest I can remember was Calvin Paleka's son playing in the homecoming band during the presentation. So not unusual. In fact, I tell it almost every year. I'm going to tell it again because I love it. A homecoming story from when Kauai High School, when Coach Morgado was coaching there. In fact, UH played that night. I think it was Fresno State. Timmy Chang with some last-second heroics as they beat Fresno State. Yeah. That night was storming. I mean, it was this unbelievable rain, cats and dogs from the start of the game to the ending of the game. But what happened was after the homecoming presentation for Kauai High School, this is when we didn't have the rubber track. We had the dirt track back then. And the homecoming court well, the homecoming queen, I should say. I can't remember her name. They were dressed so beautiful, a beautiful presentation. Okay. Then somehow she gets out on that track. She's with the cheerleaders, and that dress went from beautiful white to some kind of brown clay-looking color. It was just brutal.
And now you wonder why Kapaa didn't want to wear their white uniforms.
Yeah, but it's different. Homecoming dresses are not meant to stand up against dirt stains. Nowadays, the materials used in football uniforms and most baseball uniforms are created to put up with getting stains out. And plus, they make this thing called OxyClean. That's supposed to be pretty good. Are they paying you to say that? No, they're not, and they should. Just like the hot dog guys downstairs after I shut you down there. I'm trying to sell hot dogs, and you're talking about rain here. So the homecoming festivities, as far as presenting the court, is done. The band is on the field, and all the classes going to march around the field on the track here at Vidina Stadium.
Joe, let me ask you, we noticed that Fafita had the ice pack on his knee. At the score as it is now, 38-0, regardless of what his status is, would you leave him in the game or would you take him out?
I think the worst thing you can do to an injury like that is rest the kid. Because that's when it's going to swell up, tighten up. He's got to keep moving around. Because if it was serious, he wouldn't be out here already. So obviously it's not all that serious. But the thing is, you don't want that thing to really swell up, so you want to keep him moving around. I'd limit him, but I wouldn't keep him out of the game. Okay. I mean, if that answers your question.
It answers my question. We'll see.
As we,
I just hate, in a game of this score, so early in the season, you'd hate for something to happen where it, makes the injury worse, if in fact it is an injury.
Yeah, I mean, I know what you're getting at, and I mean, I would like see. I know Coach Raposo, and I know Mo Fifita, and they're not going to do that. They're just not going. I mean, I think a couple of games more into the season, yes, but this second game of the year, I don't think they're going to keep him out of that. Not then. And I'm not sure what's going on, but it looks like we're going to get a little dance here. But let's go ahead and take a timeout. When we get back, we'll run down some stats. It's KIF Football on Kauai Sports and Jams 98.1. We'll be right back.
floor. If you could, I'd be getting it out.
Well, there we go. Some of the Kapaa halftime show. They actually played one of my favorite songs, "Bang Bang" by Jessie J, and Ariana Grande and Nicki Minaj.
You're pretty current.
Dude, come on.
Come on, Joe.
Who cannot like a pink Charger? Huh? Who cannot like a pink Charger? That car is hot. Well, I mean, there's a few other hot things in that video too, but come on, a pink Charger. That is sweet. So, got some numbers for you. Not looking a whole lot. Waimea with 17 yards of total offense. 17 rushing, 0 passing. We're not going to run down individual stuff.
Did you say 0 passing?
For the Kapaa Warriors, 236 yards of total offense. 138 rushing, 98 passing. Kurt Napoleon is 4 of 8 with 3 touchdown passes. DeForge, the recipient of 2 of them. Let's see. Kaluahine Kakao, 100 yards rushing, 101 yards rushing. DeForge has got a couple of catches for 59 yards. Leighton Moniz, 1 catch for 27 yards. He's got the other touchdown pass from Napoleon. So, statistically, it's as this shows on the scoreboard, it's dominated by the Kapaa Warriors, and there's no arguing there.
Yeah, Kapaa Warriors are looking real good right now. It'll be interesting, like I said, to see where they go this second half. I was really impressed with Kaluahine Kakao early, and then it just seemed like later in the first half, DeForge just decided to start going off as well. So Kapaa has a real formidable offense. You got to admit.
I mean, I don't think it's anything more than Kapaa lulled Waimea into falling asleep looking at the run, and then they come with the play action, and Napoleon just busts that defensive backfield wide open.
Yeah, I was impressed with Napoleon's poise once they decided to start throwing, and it looked like they kind of had a 2-minute offensive going at one point, and the entire time he's looking poised and relaxed in the pocket, like they don't have a care in the world. And with Waimea's defense only rushing 3, he's got all the time in the world. You know, I'm expecting Waimea's defense. You know, they got to do some blitzing. They got to do something. Bring somebody else up in the box, load up, to keep Kapaa honest, because Napoleon just has all day.
You know, in the pregame, and if you guys got the chance to watch that on Kauai Sports, I know you heard it, but I asked Coach Caldera, what do you do? I mean, and this is before the game even started. What do? Do you force them to either run or throw the ball, which means loading up the box or coming with 3 men and playing a cover 3 just about? And he looked at me, and I don't think he really knew, you know, which way to go there, because as we can see, you come up and load the box at the line of scrimmage, and Napoleon's going to drill you.
Yes.
You drop back into pass coverage, Kaluahine Kakao is going to run all day between everybody. So, I mean, when you look at it, Kapaa may have the most complete offense in Division II football, because we know Nanakuli can throw the ball. They cannot run the ball. We know Lahaina Luna can run the ball. They cannot throw the ball, although they did some against Kapaa. Now, Radford.
Yeah, I was going to bring up Radford.
I've never gotten a chance to see Radford yet. However, going by what I've seen in history, that's a balanced offense as well. No question about it. And probably the most creative X's and O's offense you may see out of the OIA, Division II OIA, in a long, long time.
You talking about Kapaa or Radford?
Radford.
Okay.
So, like I said, I've been saying this all year. The only 2 teams the Kapaa Warriors have to worry about as far as getting to a D2 title game is Radford and Nanakuli. I don't think, and we saw it last week, we're seeing it this week. as of right now, 2 games into the KIF season, no one has stepped up to challenge the Warriors. And, although Lahaina Luna was a close game, everybody at Kapaa will tell you that that was probably their sloppiest game they've played this year and last year. So that was kind of probably won't happen again. And if we're lucky enough to get in as a number 1 seed, we'll host a semifinal game right here. That way we don't have to travel to that place called the Emu in between all them buildings at Iolani High School. And we got to go in Coach Matsunaga's room. See, Nick from the Garden Island knows exactly what I'm talking about. Folks, you guys don't get to see this, but if you go up into the Iolani building, you want to talk first-class accommodations there for their coaches. They have this coach's room, Coach Look's room. I mean, that thing is bigger than some apartments. And not only do they get taken care of food-wise, I mean, I walked in there by mistake. They had poke, several types of poke, all the juices and Gatorades you could ever drink. And they had somebody made them plate lunches. So you want to talk about getting pampered.
Now, Joe, wait. You said that you walked in by mistake.
Yeah, because the Coach Look's office is between all the media offices at the Iolani field. And they tell you, oh, yeah, just right down the hall, the first door on the left, and that's Coach Look's office. And, well, I'm not going to complain about AC because the room I was in had some AC, so I'm not going to complain about that one bit. So, but, if you go into the Iolani, above where the stands are, you want to talk first-class accommodations. And ask Nick, the glass that leads out that you watch from where you're at is not even straight up and down. It's angled, right? So you kind of get a better look at it because you're so close to the field.
That's awesome.
So, and what I think, what they used to do to intimidate people was in the area where the visitors walk through, they put the visitors on the other side of campus. They put you in a gym with no AC, a cup of water. You walk right through all the athletic department. Right when you get to the field. Now, Iolani is sponsored. This is a ILH big money school. They're sponsored by Nike, Gatorade, and Oakley. Right before you walk on that field, they let you know who's their sponsors. Big billboards right before you get onto the field, right?
Wow.
So they try their best to intimidate you. And why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? I mean, Iolani, that little football stadium might be a little stadium, but it's impressive. It is impressive. I mean, I hate going there because, first of all, it's hot. The parking's not bad, but it's hot. You got to walk forever to get to the concession stand. And it's just brutal. I mean, I don't know. I hate going there. Just like going to the Farrington gym for KIF basketball. On a walk, that's just brutal. I'm nothing against Farrington High School. That gym I used to call it the dungeon.
The dungeon.
It's dark, kind of dreary. And the worst thing is in Kalihi at late at night. I don't know about that. So here we go, about to start half number 2. Looks like Justin Fooney, who we haven't seen, I think that is Fooney, who we haven't seen forever, will kick it off for the Menehune. So here's the kick, not very deep. It'll be taken somewhere about the 15-yard line. Up the middle to 25 to 30. Tripped up and dropped at the 33-yard line. And that was Lonnie's boy. Lonnie's boy. Dylan
Ventura.
Dylan Apilado for the Kapaa Warriors. Makes that return.
Yeah, Ventura on the stop there.
I get to say Lonnie's boy. Yeah, been friends with her and her husband for a while. That's their baby. Trips to the near side for Kapaa.
Check me, Joey.
Napoleon in shotgun.
I'm good. I'm up. Okay, perfect.
And now they're going to change the play. I'm like, just run the offense. Play action. Napoleon wants to throw it. He's going to go downfield. Wide open. Gutierrez Kelly has to slow down to make the catch. Gets tackled by Ardino Ned at the 30-yard line. And they're going to open up with a 36-yard completion.
Yeah, it looks like Kapaa is picking up from where they left off at. And this could get ugly this second half, because Waimea has not demonstrated that they can stop Kapaa.
So 36-yard completion gives Napoleon 134. Looking for the end zone. Gutierrez Kelly is there. Does he hang on to it? Touchdown Warriors. And that's number 24. Let's get his first name. Kaohu Gutierrez Kelly on the catch for Kapaa. And this is going for 30 yards. Fourth touchdown of the night for Napoleon.
Yeah, Gutierrez Kelly showed a lot of poise by hanging on to that ball.
Wow, he comes in. They throw it to him twice for a total of 66 yards and gets a touchdown. And it is 44-0 with the extra point coming out. A kick by Oliver. It's out. Looks good from here. And it is good from here. So, what, about 7 seconds into the second half.
Wow.
And it's Kapaa 45-0 here at Vidina Stadium. We'll take a quick timeout. KIF Football on Jams 98.1 and Kauai Sports. Will be right back. So here we go, kicking off for Kapaa is Clifton Oliver. There's a big K sign with a flag in front of us. I always wanted to do that, you know that? High kickoff. I'll tell you the story in a few minutes. Dropped at the 3-yard line by the Menehune, and they're in big trouble now. Who's got the ball? I'm not sure yet. And boy, did he get slammed. That's going to be number 11 on the return. It's Ranson Pashan. And Waimea is in deep trouble here early in the third quarter. But when I was at UH, I was friends with a few of the cheerleaders. And, you know, when I was at UH, it was the good years. Coach Wags, okay? I always wanted to run the UH flag from one end of the stadium or go around the stadium. Big, big flag, and that's always been my dream. Hopefully, I'll do that one day.
Dreams do come true.
Shotgun Wisniewski. He's going to look out to his right. He's got a man open.
Oh.
Throws it right through his hands. Incomplete. That's Miguel, the intended receiver. And for Kapaa, that looks like Nakamura was there defensively.
Yeah, Wisniewski had it there. Miguel's got to hold on to that ball.
But see, my problem was, at that time, not so much the flag, it was getting around the stadium without passing out. So that was my big challenge. But now I think I can handle it. Shotgun. Wisniewski going to throw it again. This time incomplete. A badly thrown ball there. Intended for Alika Ventura. And this time it was number 33, Brian Pereira. Excuse me, Mana Kupahea was there defensively.
I like the fact that the Menehune is trying to throw the ball, but they got to be a little bit more accurate with that.
3rd and 10 for the Menehune, an obvious passing down here. And pressure, Wisniewski's going to run. He's got some room if he can get outside, cuts it back inside. Gets hit and thrown around. They'll bring him down to the 20-yard line, so there's going to be a pickup of 8 yards on the carry, but still well short of the first down. So let's see here. 8 yards rushing on 4 carries for Wisniewski. That'll bring in the punt team for the Menehune. 10-18 to go here in the third. High snap, control. It's going to be blocked, and it is.
Blocked.
And I think this time blocking it was Ola Tatofia. And if it is, that's going to be his second punt block of the year. And I think it's Leaky Coley who comes up with the loose ball.
Yeah, that was Leaky Coley that was able to recover that ball.
So Ola Totofi gets another block punt. Got one against the Red Raiders. And Kapaa has got great field position at the Menehune 20. Receiver on the side on each side. Kaluahine Kakal up the middle. Bounces off one Menehune. He's at the 10. He's close to the goal line. Somewhere about the... Or they're going to mark him down at the 4-yard line. Gain of 12 on the play. 113 yards for
Kaluahine
Kapaa. You'll give it to him again. He's going to be in the end zone. Touchdown Warriors. Kaluahine Kapaa with his second rushing touchdown, this time from 3 yards out. And the Warriors are starting to pour it on right now.
Yeah, once again, Waimea just got that three-man front, and that's just not going to get the job done for them defensively.
It's the second consecutive game in which a KIF team has scored in the 50s. And I don't think I've seen that before, where 2 consecutive games of 50-plus points. Oliver for the PAT looks good, and it is good. So 9:35 to go. We'll take a short timeout. 52-0. Kapaa over Waimea. Let's take a timeout. It's KIF football on Kauai Sports and Jams 98.1. I'll be right back. So the Warriors 52-0 over Waimea. Second straight outing, 50-plus points, and I don't think I've seen this before, and I'm sure a few people might have to agree with me on that one. It may have. I've never seen it for myself. A kickoff by Oliver, high. So we taken at about the 3-yard line. And the Menehune, it looks like they've got something cooking. Some room in the middle of the field across the 20 to the 21-yard line. And the ball is dropped. We got a penalty flag, but coming up with that ball is going to be Gushikin Bankwell. But a late penalty flag from the side official. Legal block in the back against the Menehune. This will back them up even further. And Waimea has been behind the 8 ball all night long.
Yeah, they have. If I can take a second, I want to thank Kauai Sports for filming this, and Hawaii Stream for actually streaming this game, and definitely 98.1 for the simulcast.
So Wisniewski back on the field. Looks like Rapanat in the back. No, excuse me. No, it is Rapanat in the backfield. Receiver in a slot to the near side. They'll go slot formation on both sides. Here's a nice throw out there. The catch had it and dropped it at the 20-yard line. And I believe that was intended for number 80, who had it right in his hand.
Yeah, looks like Dylan Balaan. He had the ball right in his hands, and he drops it.
I'll tell you one thing. You're going to get hit either way. You might as well catch a thing. And he took a shot in his back afterwards.
Yeah.
2nd and 10. Ball at the 12-yard line of the Menehune.
You know, I like the fact that Coach Caldera is actually going for it, and he's actually passing the ball. Looks like he got some room.
Here's Rapanat with the football. He's got the first down and more. Finally gets bulldogged at about the 31-yard line. More than enough for the first down. 19-yard pickup.
Good, strong run by Rapanat.
So he's got 3 carries for 15 yards. That's an old wrestling move right there. Just grab him by the neck and sit down. The old bulldog. My brother and I wrestled. That was my favorite move because he was smaller than I was. Here's Wisniewski. Lobs that's picked off. We're going the other way. Looks like Apilano with it. He's across the 30 near the 25-yard line. And let's see where they're going to mark him out of bounds. In fact, they didn't give him somewhere near the 20-yard line. In fact, right at the 20, so that's a second pick of the night for Wisniewski. Dylan Apilano gets that one. And he is 0 for 5, 1 of 9 in 2 games.
Yeah, this one you thought Waimea was starting to get a little bit of confidence by throwing the ball, and once again, Kapaa's right there.
6 turnovers in the game for the Menehune, 2 picks and 4 fumbles. Napoleon under pressure. He won't be sacked as he takes it to about the 19-yard line, so gain of 3. But that was the first time I think Waimea's gotten good pressure on him.
Yeah, they have. We can go back a little bit. You know, we were talking to Coach Raposo earlier, and he said, hey, I want these guys to try to throw the ball against us.
Shotgun Napoleon. 2nd and 8. He's going to throw it again. Look in the end zone. He's got a man there. Gutierrez Kelly.
Oh, did he push off?
A little contact between he and the defensive back. No flag there, so it's going to be a clean play. Incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Yeah, Menehune were lucky that they didn't get that that called against him. He looks like he pushed off a little bit, but looks like the refs thought it was incidental contact.
That breaks a string of 5 straight completes for Napoleon. Get this. In his 5 completes, he's thrown 3 touchdowns. A completion of 12, 35, 24, 36, and 30 yards.
And there he goes again.
Napoleon's going to throw it wide open. Keener inside the 10, bounces off of Menehune near the 5-yard line. That's going to be more than enough for the first down. We'll call it a 14-yard pitch and catch for the first down.
Yeah, it was a good tackle by Naikoa Samal.
178 for Napoleon. And for Keener, it's going to be his second catch for 23 yards. There's a snap to Napoleon. They're going to give it to Kaloa. Excuse me, not Kaloa. That is Kafoa.
Kafoa.
He is near the goal line. We'll call him, looks like they're going to stay at a 1-yard line. So second and goal from the 1 for the Warriors.
Yeah, one thing that we've seen from Kapaa is they've got a lot of tools, and they're not afraid to use them.
And they're going to give it to Kafoa again. And he's going to push his way into the end zone. Touchdown Warriors. 6:48 to go. And we are nearing that 60 mark as Kafoa gets his first touchdown of the night.
Yeah, it's got to be demoralizing for this Menehune defense because they're trying their hardest. You know, they're playing their hearts out. And Kapaa is just pushing and pushing and pushing and just showing them why they are the #1 team in Division II.
Here's Oliver for the extra point. And that's 6:48 to go in the 3rd quarter, folks. Here's the extra point. It looks good. And it is good. So we'll take a quick break. It's KIF Football on Kauai Sports and Jams 98.1. I'll be right back. So here we go. Oliver to kick off for the Warriors. And when it's homecoming and you're putting a licking on somebody, man, the homecoming becomes sweeter. High, but not very deep, taking out about the 5 or the 6-yard line. And that's Pashan, and a big block just bowled somebody over. And Pashan will take it out to about the 26-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Menehune.
That was a good run by Pashan. I missed that block. I heard the crowd roar when they saw it.
Oh, it was one of the Warriors just absolutely ran over somebody in blue and white. I mean, it's as if he wasn't even there. So 1st and 10 for Waimea. And you see, starting to see a lot of clean green jerseys get into the game. Slowly, not a whole lot, but slowly they're getting in there. .6:19 to go here in the 3rd. Waimea with a double slot formation. And Wisniewski wants to throw it. Looking to his right, he's got a man there.
Oh,
and that may be picked off and right through the hands. I think that's Davy Joel who got back into the game. And it is incomplete. The intended receiver for the Menehune was number 80, Dylan Balahan. Good to see Davy Joel back into the game. Remember, we saw him leaving the 1st, and we kind of thought it was very serious.
Yeah.
And Davy Joel, of course, has got spelled his last name correct. One of my favorite guys. Wisniewski, and that's picked off. And we're going the other way. Looks like Hawthorne. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. And let's see. They're going to say he's probably stepped out of bounds. I think the 7 or the 8-yard line.
Yeah, that was a poor throw. You got to give Wisniewski credit for trying to make something happen, but you got to take care of that ball.
5:42 remaining here in the 3rd. Kapaa with the ball in very good field position. In fact, 1st and goal from the 8-yard line for the green and white. And Napoleon, they're going to put Napoleon back out there. I kind of think he's going to be in there to the end of the 3rd. They got trips to the near side. One back. Napoleon wants to throw in the middle. He's got a man wide open. Also a man open in the flat.
Oh.
Wow, you're not going to get any more open than that. And dropping that one was number 88, Asia McNarney.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, he was wide open at about the 3-yard line.
Yeah, we saw it earlier where we had a couple of Kapaa Warriors that were thinking about the end zone or their feet prior to catching the ball. You got to concentrate. You got to get the ball first and then do your run after the catch.
Kidding me, score like this, I'm going to the game, I'm thinking about my dance already. Here's Napoleon rolling left, man open over the middle, and is it caught? They say no, incomplete. And that'll bring up 3rd and goal. Looks like Gabe Keener was the intended receiver. Yeah, the coach goes, hey, Paul Kula, get in the game. I'm thinking about my celebration dance already before I even get to the huddle.
Well, that's why you're on the Hold the Joe.
Heck yeah. I mean, I don't got a whole lot of dance moves to go to, but I'm going to think of at least one of them.
At least one, huh? I'm sure you'd probably pull out the Billy White Shoes Johnson dance.
Rolling left, Napoleon under pressure. And he's got a man open. He had 2 guys open. Incomplete in the end zone. And again, that was Asia McNarney who was there and just could not hang on to it.
Yeah, that was impressive to see Napoleon roll out of the pocket like that and throw the ball so accurate on the run. You got to, as a receiver, you got to make that catch.
As Troy Aikman likes to say, he put it right on his receiver's hands. I mean, he did everything but catch it for him. And I'm telling you what, you got guys on the bench like, dude, I'll make the catch. I want to do my dance.
4th down, they're going for it.
He's going to lob it into the end zone. Keener is there, but so is the Waimea defense. And looks like number 41 was there defensively for the Menehune, Naikoa Simao.
Yeah, it looked like the Kapaa receiver didn't really go for it too much. I would have liked to see him fight for the ball. He just kind of waited for it to come to him. Credit for Simao for jumping up and knocking that ball down.
So the ball is turned over on downs. Waimea will get the football 1st and 10 from their own 8-yard line. And, you know, I kind of think maybe we see Layson Montemeyer back. He would be the JV quarterback. Maybe he gets some time. And Layson Montemeyer, also a part-time dragster, racer. So now we're going to get a timeout called for. So we'll take a break as well. This one comes at 4:03 left in the 3rd quarter. 59-0 Kapaa. We'll take a timeout. You're watching KIF Football on Kauai Sports and Jams 98.1. We'll be right back. Bring in Layson Montemeyer already. You know who that is, huh? Nick. You know who Layson Montemeyer is, right? Here we go. 4:03 left. And let's see. No, do we have a change in quarterback? Doesn't look like it. Well, again, I can't see that far, so. 1st and 10 from the 8-yard line. And it goes over the head of the quarterback, and it is a new quarterback.
Yeah, it's Nakamura.
And who recovered that one in the end zone? Either way, it's either a touchdown. It's either a touchdown or a safety. It's going to be a safety, as Ardino Ned was in that quarterback, went over his head and recovered in the end zone, or tackled in the end zone by the Warriors. So with 3:44 to go, we'll get a free kick. It's now 61-0 Kapaa. We'll take a break. It's KIF Football on Kauai Sports and Jams 98.1. We'll be right back. So here's the free kick, and most people try to punt it. My man's going to place kick it. I say throw it. No, but, you know, we were talking about Layson Montemeyer. He would have been a JV quarterback. Only, you know, he's gone to the Vinny Passis quarterback camps. So I'd say just put him in.
You may get your wish.
Vinny Passis, what a name. Can you believe he goes from coaching guys like Gesser and Arsenal to being an instructor at the Peyton quarterback camp, the Peyton Manning quarterback camp? His ball goes out of bounds, and Kapaa should get the ball in pretty good field position. So Kapaa will get the ball 1st and 10. Let's see if they bring in a new quarterback. And Napoleon will go out there once again.
Yeah, I think at some point you want to think about bringing him out.
So like 61-0.
Yeah, like you said, maybe they want to bring another quarterback in the 4th quarter. But then again, because of Minihuni lack of pressure, they feel that there's no threat to the quarterback at all. So that may be their logic as well. But it'd be good to get another quarterback in there just to get him some exposure, especially since it's homecoming.
The question is, who would be the backup quarterback for Kapaa? We'll find out. There's Napoleon going to throw it. He's being pressured, scrambles left. He's got a man open, wide open. Caught at the 34, it's Keener. The 30, the 25, gets a couple of blocks. He's down to the 15.
Oh, nice cutback.
He's at the 10, down at the 7. Wow, what a spinneroonie at about the 14-yard line. And that's going to be a first down for Kapaa.
Yeah, it looked like Caleb Bifan was there for the stop. So Waika Core is down though.
That's going to be a 39-yard completion for Kurt Napoleon to Gabe Keener. So Napoleon starting to rack up some yards. 62 yards receiving on 3 catches for Keener. And a lot more for Napoleon. I don't, my calculator doesn't move that fast.
What about that Kapaa math?
That doesn't move that fast either.
Oh, okay.
I got 217 for Napoleon after that completion. He's going to throw it again. And this time another receiver wide open. That was Keener. Thrown inside. Keener looked outside. Incomplete. And that'll be 2nd and goal from the 9.
Yeah, even though the ball was in his hands, I think Napoleon could have took maybe a half a second longer before he got him the ball. Kind of rushed. There's a man down for Minihuni.
2:47 left in the 3rd quarter. As we see a Minihuni player down. And in games like that, I mean, you hate to see anybody get hurt at any time, but especially in a game like this.
Yeah, it looks like it's Justin Fernandez.
There's my man, Benny Williamson, doctor for the Minihuni football team. Out there with the trainer and Coach Jay. But next week, we've got more KIF football. Can catch it all right here on Jams 98.1 along with Kauai Sports. It'll be the Warriors against the Red Raiders in a rematch of the season opener, which, well, I will call it rematch. How's that?
Yeah, well, it is what it is.
And hopefully this is not serious on the far side of the field. But, in leagues like this where you play each other 3 times. Now, that first game was 53-0. I don't expect it to get that crazy in the second matchup. I don't. It just doesn't work that way. I think so. So,
I think under normal circumstances, you're right. And you see Fernandez is up on his feet walking off, and you like to see that. But back to your point, I don't know. This Kapaa team looks like they're on a mission this year. And with the ease and poise that Napoleon is showing me with the passing game right now, there's really no limit to where their offense can go.
You know, if you saw how that Iolani game ended, that's when the mission for this team started last year. They just did not look too thrilled at the way they lost that one. So here we go, 2nd and goal from the 9. Napoleon's going to throw it again. His receiver is there. Is he in there?
Yes,
touchdown. Gabe Keener will get his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Warriors that offense is on a roll. I mean, that's all you can really say.
Yeah. And once again, I'm looking at the demeanor of the Warriors, and it's just business as usual. You know, they're a very well-coached team, and they're very disciplined, and they're just getting the job done.
There's the extra point by Oliver. And we're going to keep it right here after the extra point, good or miss. We'll keep it right here. And Clifton Oliver, PAT is good. 1:17 to go here in the 3rd quarter. And I was told we're going to play with a running clock, so this game's going to move awfully quickly. But somebody put a whipping on McKinley last weekend, and I think it was Kahuku, but it was like 72-0. And what happened was people were complaining online about how they ran it up on McKinley, and the thing is, they didn't throw a pass in the second half. So how can you say they ran it up? And not only that, you got kids who bust their butt every day in practice.
Right.
How can you tell, they finally get on the field, maybe for the only time in a year, how can you tell those guys not to play football?
I agree with you 100%. Yeah.
And I think the other team on the wrong side of the score like this, at the same time, they want the other guys to keep playing football, not oh, we'll just run the ball and then fall on our knees kind of deal, you know?
Yeah. And then when you don't play 100%, that's when you get injuries. So, I mean, unless you have a situation where a team is up by 70 points and they're kicking onside kicks at that point, then that's one thing, and they're throwing bombs. But if they're just running smash mouth football, it's up to the defense at some point to have some pride and stop the bleeding.
And what happened was the third quarter came to an end, so the teams will switch sides. And we're going to kick it off here. And this is almost going to be like rally scoring in volleyball. This game's going to move really quickly. I think we played in a KIF just one running clock game as far as I can remember. A few years ago. High, short. Taking at about the 12-yard line. And I think that's going to be Ventura.
He's got to roll.
That's going to be Funi, who gets brought down at the 25-yard line by his shirt tails.
Tristan Alfiller.
By Tristan Alfiller.
Yeah.
In fact, Tristan Alfiller has got a fumble recovery in the end zone for a touchdown in this one. So Waimea will take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And I'm looking on the field, and it is going to be Layson Montemeyer coming on to run the Menehune offense. So let's see what the young kid can do. Just a freshman. 5'8", are you kidding me? He's not 5'8". And he's going to hand it off. They try the right side. They get a couple of yards, a yard at the 26. And on the carry for the Menehune was Simao Castillo.
Yeah, halftime we saw Fafita with the ice pack on his knee, and I haven't seen him back in the game since then. So I think the coaches are taking heed, precautionary measures just to make sure nothing gets tweaked there.
Simao Castillo, 9 carries, 18 yards. We got a penalty flag, some movement, early movement. So they'll redo this down over again. But yeah, you know, people tend to forget. Back in the 80s and the early 90s, you know, we saw Konawaina up here against Kauai High School, about a month ago. But at one time, Konawaina, they drilled people. For them to beat somebody by 50 or 60 was common. And they would, what I would call, run up the score. I mean, there's no such thing as running up the score, but they were throwing passes late into the fourth. And here's the handoff.
Got the corner.
And that's going to be Malabe. And that should be a penalty. And there's the lead. And we got a lot of penalty flags there. And who this is going to be against Kapaa, but Malabe gets a few yards there.
Yeah, it looks like there was Bryce Dotto on the tackle over there.
So Malabe is going to get, about 3 yards? But yeah, I mean, Konawaina back then, in fact, they used to beat people in the 70s and the 80s to nothing. And they would do all of the above. Onside kick, throw the ball, throw bombs late in the game. Now that's running up the score. There's our referee, Ben Bregman, unsportsmanlike conduct against Kapaa. So that'll give Waimea a first down. Believe it or not, just the 4th penalty against Kapaa that's been accepted. So Waimea will get the ball at the 42-yard line. But man, 68, that's a big, even in basketball, that's a big number, let me tell you.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Now in Madden football, not so big. But in real life, high school football, that's big. They're going to give the ball to Gushigen Bankwell. He'll try the right side. He'll lose a couple of yards. Loss of a yard on a play. So it continues for the Menehune.
I'm a little surprised with the success that Fune had last week that he's not more involved in the offense today.
I agree there, totally 100%. Give up the middle, and that's going to be Simao Castillo. He'll get a yard on a play. You know, much the way I thought Simao Castillo should have got the ball more last week.
Yeah.
And I think this week we didn't see enough of Fune. I mean, at 68-0, I don't know how much of a difference he would have made, but there's no doubt you add an extra weapon to this Waimea offense. 7:29 left in the fourth, running clock. And Montemayor's going to throw it, and he's got a man open. Catch is made at midfield, and it looks like Donaher will take it to the Kapaa 45-yard line. So that's going to be a 13-yard pitch and catch for the first down. Layson Montemayor.
Looks like a nice catch by Connor Donaher right there.
So Montemayor 1 for 1. 13 yards in the first down. Donaher with his first catch. And it looks like they're going to change the play. And motion up front again. And now we're starting to see a lot of yellow, which is never good. I mean, you got a lot of guys who haven't played a lot during the season into the game right now for both sides.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to call encroachment on that or offside.
Whatever it is, it's 1st and 5 for the Menehune. Receiver in a slot to the near side. Montemayor looks over the Kapaa defense. And they hand it off to Simao Castillo straight up the middle. Back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. And, you know, I don't expect Hawaii to get a win tomorrow. So I'm not going to rest a lot of hopes tomorrow.
Right.
However, my day is Sunday. Right around, 3 o'clock, 2:30, 3 o'clock. That's my day. That's my weekend right there.
Who are you guys playing?
We play the Giants.
Oh.
And if it wasn't for the Redskins, they'd be the last place team in the NFC East. Now I'm going out to my buddy Jaden. Keystone Cops in the backfield. And that's going to be a loss of a couple of yards. And that was on the carry. Looks like a Vika Core. Excuse me, Rapanat on the carry. So yeah, I throw that one out to my buddy Jaden with his dislocated elbow. Get well soon. Cheer on your Redskins. They need all the help they can get. The biggest little Redskin fan I know.
The biggest little Redskin fan.
Goes about 3'8", 4 feet, right around there. Tough guy, but. Here's Rafanat, straight up the middle. Maybe the line of scrimmage. In fact, Kamaka Riley gets the carry there. Now, I don't got enough room for all these different names out there, man.
Yeah, a lot of changes coming in and out and moving quickly.
4:23 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Kapaa will move to 2-0 in the season. Waimea falls to 1-1. And Kapaa has done nothing to hurt their status as a #1 D2 team in the state of Hawaii. I'm sure Brother Rob and Sam will vote them #1, and so will Scoring Live with Kalani and Michael Lescaro.
Oh, good run.
There's the run up the middle. They bounce it out to the left. That's Riley, who takes it inside the 30. About 13 yards on a carry, first down, Big Blue.
The question is, will Waimea score?
Remember, no offense. Remember this, no offense has scored on the Warrior defense this season. The 2 points against Nanakuli was a safety. A touchdown that Lahaina Luna had was a special teams touchdown. So if they score, this is a big moment if they do put it in the end zone.
Yeah, one thing that we've seen from last week is Fune definitely has the leg for the field goal if they decide to go that route. So
So 3:13 to go here in the fourth quarter. Split backs for the Menehune, one receiver. And Montemayor's going to throw it. Oh, he gets nailed as he lets it go. And we got a penalty flag, and it's probably going to be a roughing a passer call. It depends on what kind of roughing a passer we got, because I didn't see anything really dirty about it. And if a shot to the head, maybe I can live with that.
Face mask, I think they're going to call.
And they're going to call a face mask against Kapaa, and that'll give the Menehune a first down.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I don't know if that was intentional or one of those inadvertent face masks where he just happened to get his hand there. But that's definitely what Kapaa doesn't want at this point. And I'm sure at this point, Waimea will take any type of moral victory. So if they can get a score, something they can hang their hat on.
2:48 to go. Montemayor trying to lead the Menehune into the end zone. They move the slot in motion. Rapana gets hit in the backfield. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's Leaky Coley, who got into the Waimea backfield, put a hit on Rapana. No gain on the play. Locoli makes the hit, but Totofi makes the stop and gets credit for it. That's what you call brother teamwork right there. Look at the Waimea sideline. Remember, Coach Caldera, we talked about it, off camera earlier tonight, but remember, he got attacked by fire ants at Hanapepe Stadium, and for a good part of the night was walking around the place barefoot. I see him, I go, what, bro, Hawaiian style tonight? He goes, oh, no, I got bit by fire ants. Here's the give on the slot hand up to Gushigan Bankwell, and he gets brought down by 33. It's Manakupa here, loss of 2 yards on the play.
Yeah, Gushigan Bankwell unable to turn the corner on that one.
$1:32 left in this game. And if you're asking, wow, what happened to the fourth quarter? We played running clock from about 1:31 left in the third.
Let me ask you, do you think Kapaa feels cheated that they're doing a running clock?
No. Because I'm sure they don't want to put more points on the board if they don't have to. And that's picked off. And with the football for the Warriors, looks like there's number 34, and it is. That's going to be Isaiah Valeria. He'll get the pick on Montemayor.
34, I think it's Evan Hensley. No, I'm sorry. Yeah. Valeria, yep.
So first pick thrown by Montemayor. It's the 7th turnover by the Menehune in this one with 47 seconds to go. Now, when you look at 68-0, folks, let me tell you, I think the Menehune have contributed to that as well. They've had a lot of mistakes in this game, big mistakes.
They've had a lot of mistakes, not as many, I think, as they had last week against Kauai, but Kapaa, they just are a finely tuned machine.
So got a new quarterback in there for the Warriors. Here's the handoff. And looks like there's number 82 with the ball. Aloni Malafu. And he'll get a couple of yards on the play. That'll end the game. As Christopher Yam will take the final snap of the game for the Kapaa Warriors at quarterback. And that's going to be your ball game. 68-0 is the final. Kapaa with the victory over the Waimea Menehune. It's nothing more than Kapaa came out and took charge of this game, took advantage of the Waimea mistakes and made them pay for it. And the final score is 68-0 Warriors.
Yeah, we talked to Coach Caldera earlier, and he said that his team had nothing to lose, and all the pressure was on Kapaa. Kapaa rose to the occasion. It was their homecoming, and they just did what they were supposed to do.
So let's go ahead and take a timeout. When we get back, it'll be the Grove Farm play of the game. You're listening to KIF Football on Kauai Sports and Jams 98.1. We'll be right back. back at Vedina Stadium. It's all said and done, 68-0. Kapaa over the Menehune in a varsity game. And I believe it was 14-7 Kapaa over Kauai High School in the JV game, which preceded this one. And as we look at the numbers, Kapaa with 300. I got him at 390 yards of total offense.
Wow.
173 rushing, 217 passing. Kurt Napoleon, 8 of 17 for 217, 4 touchdown passes. He had 2 of them to two to Gabe Keener and 2 to Justin DeForge. The big Kikoa Kaluahine Kakao, the big game on the ground. 14 carries, 116 yards, 2 touchdowns. He also had a fumble there, so let's not forget about that one. Just jabbing him. Gutierrez Kelly, he also had a touchdown catch. Kafoa with a touchdown run for the Warriors as well. Gabe Keener, 4 catches, 71 yards. DeForge, 2 catches for 59 yards. He also had 3 carries for 7 yards. And that's it for the Kapaa Warriors. For the Menehune, 38 yards of offense, 38 rushing, 0 passing.
Wow.
Oh, excuse me. 13 yards passing, so 51 yards of total offense. Oh, almost caught cracks from Nori there. So 51 yards of offense for the Menehune. Layson Montemeyer, 1 of 2 with a pick, the only completion of the night. Wisniewski threw 3 interceptions in this one, and let's see, Kylan Simao Castillo, 19 carries, yards on 11 carries. So that's the only real positive there for the Waimea Menehune. The scoring summary will take us about an hour or so, so let's forget about that one.
Yeah.
But our player of the game?
You know, I got to go with Kurt Napoleon. He, with the 4 touchdowns and 217 yards passing, he was just so poised. And, he could have had even more yards. There was a couple of times where he rolled out and the receivers dropped the ball. So he could have easily had about 300 yards passing. So, that'll be my – there were a lot of standout players from the Warriors, but I would have to go with Kurt Napoleon.
Not a bad choice there. Probably other candidates, Kaluahine Kakao, DeForge, maybe even Keener. But not a bad choice there in Kurt Napoleon as our player of the game, our Grove Farm play of the game. A lot of candidates to choose from, and I am going to choose. For whatever reason, I love offense. I love throwing the ball, but I'm going to choose It came in the second quarter, the 8:01 mark. It was the block punt. The fumble recovered by Tristan Alfiller in the end zone, and made it 21-0 Kapaa. So that's going to be our Grove Farm play of the game. The Tristan Alfiller fumble recovery in the end zone for the touchdown. And that's what we got going on there. So Tristan Alfiller, congratulations to him, the Kapaa football team, the Kapaa athletic department. Also congratulations to Kurt Napoleon, being named as our player of the game. So as Kapaa enjoys the finality of their homecoming effort tonight here at Vedina Stadium, I just want to say a big mahalo going out to the entire Kauai Sports Hawaii Stream crew. And
they're doing a fine job. The camera people and this is just, we got this big monitor up here and it's HD and it's really impressive.
Don't tell the guys, but I'm taking this home with me. Okay. Also, thanks to the crew back at the Jams 98.1 studios. Great effort on their part. But everybody drive home safely. Okay, and be careful out there. Not just tonight, for the entire weekend. Don't forget, next Friday right here at Vedina Stadium, we got Kauai Sports Crew Kapaa on Jams 98.1 and Kauai Sports. I'm Anahola Joe Pahukula. Aloha. See you next week.
Peace.